in this section, I'm going to let the calculator do the work for me. So whether it's linear, quadratic, or exponential. The first thing you have to do is you have to be able to recognize from a table which one of those it is. So what I do is I look and I can see that it's going from 400 to 238 to 145. So it's significantly decreasing. I know it's not linear. It's not going to be quadratic because it's almost cutting itself in half. So I know that it's exponential. But if you want to test is it really exponential, what you can do is you can divide, like 31 divided by 52, and I get 0.59. I'm looking for an aspect ratio. And then I want to do it again, 52 divided by 86, and it's 0.6. It's very, very close. It's not going to be exact because this is just a model, but it's going to be pretty darn close. So now I have recognized that it's exponential, and now I'm going to let the calculator do the work for me. So how do we do that? We did this a little bit last year. You're going to go to your stat button, okay? And then you're going to edit a list. So you're going to press enter, and it brings up list 1 and list 2. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to list 1 is going to be my x values. List 2 is going to be my y values. So I'm just going to press 0, enter, 1, enter, 2, enter, 3, enter, 4, enter, 5, enter. So my list 1 is created. Then I'm going to scroll over to list 2, and I'm just going to input those points. 400, 238, 145, 86, 52, 31. Now that I have my data listed, I'm going to go back to the stat button, okay? And then I'm going to go over to calculate. And if I scroll all the way down, I've already decided that it's exponential, so I'm going to go to 0 where it says exponential regression, and I'm going to press enter. And it's going to ask me a series of questions. It's going to say, this is your X list. Did you put it in L1? Yes, enter. Y list was inputted in L2? Yes, enter. And then that I'm going to ignore. And then I go to calculate and I press enter again, and I have an A value and a B value. So I am going to write Y equals my A value is 399.4 times, actually I'm just going to put in parentheses, 0.60 to the x power. So that is my exponential formula, my equation for number 1. Okay, if you look at number 2, it looks like it's going pretty much at a steady rate. Now remember, these numbers aren't going to be exact, but up here it's going about 18. Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible. It's pretty close, 19, 19. So I can see that it's going to be linear. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go back to stat. Now that I have something in there, I got to go to edit. And to clear out your list, you highlight the top of list 1 where it's black, and you press enter. You don't. You pressed second. Oh, man, hang on. Give me a second. You go to edit and then go there. You do clear located right there, and then enter, and that clears your list. So go up to L2, press clear and enter. Now it's cleared out. So again, in list 1, I'm going to put my X values, and in list 2, I'm going to put my Y values. So hopefully you're following along and not speeding through this video. All right, and in list 2, I have 5, 23.5, 41.9, 60.5, 79, 97.6. So now my data is inputted. So I'm going to go back to stat, go over to calculate, and now I'm going to go down to where it says linear regression, because it's linear. Enter list 1, yes, list 2, all the way to calculate, and there I have my linear equation. So y equals 18.52x plus 4.96. I'm rounding to the nearest hundred. Okay? All right, let's look at number 3. So number 3, it's not decreasing, at a common ratio rate, and it's not decreasing by like 14 each. It's going down 10, 8, 6. So this is going to be quadratic. And again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go back to stat, edit the list, over to clear out list 1, highlight list 2, clear enter, and then I'm going to, again, put my x values in for list 1, my y values in for list 2, so 0, enter, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then in list 2, 64, 1, 38.3, 28.4, 20.4, and 14.2, and I go back to stat, go to calculate, go down to where it says quadratic regression, press enter, list 1, list 2, confirming it all to calculate, and here I have my quadratic equation. So 6x squared minus 14.74x plus 63.95. So that is allowing the calculator to do the work for me. Okay? All right, if you have questions, come and see me.